Hello, so today I'm just going to be playing a little bit with some of the Eileen Hull color blends. They've been rebranded and repackaged and all the pretty little packaging. This is Eileen's artwork, so that's kind of fun. And if you're not familiar with color blends, they're made by ColorBox by ClearSnap. What they are is an ink pad in a bottle, which is really kind of fun. And basically they come with this flip off lid that you pull off, and then all your ink is in here. It has 10 times the amount of ink as a ink pad, and it's super easy to use. You just can take it and use it like that, for example. So we're going to do a couple of different things today, playing with these fun colors. And what I thought I would do is make some planner cards or traveler notebook cards, because I've been working in a traveler's notebook. This fits in Eileen Hull's journal book, and I've been making these with just what's going on in life. And the challenge I'm having is I like using scrapbook paper. I've made some of them with scrapbook paper. I use different products as I make these books. But one of the challenges, of course, is I have all this pattern paper. And how do I put myself in a position where I can do some writing and some journaling as well as have the photo? So here's one of the pages, for example, of it's very patterned. There's all kinds of things going on. I want to be able to write on it. I want to be able to put a photo, but I still want it to look pretty, as opposed to, you know, here I can write just on the paper, but then when I have really patterned paper, there's nowhere to go. And so what I'm making is some journal cards for this. And here is one of the examples I've made that will just go in my book, and I'm making a bunch of them all at once, so I have a stack of these ready to go. And then while I'm building my book, I can just pull my nice little journal spots, add to them, write in them, whatever I need to do. I'm going to be using Eileen's color blends to do this, but I'm also going to be recycling some planner pages, because I don't know about you, but I've been buying planners and using them, and then it's like, what do you do with the planner when you're finished, or when you miss a week? Or, you know, like here's one that was an 18-month planner, but I didn't use August. And so what I'm doing is I'm pulling out these pages of different planners. I have all kinds of different brands of planners. One of them, my daughter got oatmeal on her planner and she wanted a new one, so only part of the planner was wrecked. And now I have all this paper and I hate to throw it out. So what I've been doing is taking this paper and using Eileen's dyes and color blends to jazz them up a bit. And there we go. So we're recycling all at the same time. And so one of the examples I have that I've been just did was using the new, so here's the new, one of the new dyes. It's from the Book Club 2 collection. They're available now. You can order them through your local scrapbook store, or you can get them multiple places online. Eileen has an Etsy shop if you're interested in trying that out. But here's a sample of what the dyes come with. And so you get a big tag, and then some really cute little ones, and some journal cards, spots, and then this creates a pocket and also a title potentially. So here you have the idea of cutting out the largest journal spot and then using that little die here to cut the pocket, and that's kind of a great idea. But what I'm going to be doing today is just using these to get some fun journal ideas and journal spots. So here's one of the things I did. I wanted to just cut a date to put in my traveler's notebook, and I simply took my die. I didn't want this line, so I put a little bit of washi tape, which you really don't see very much, but you know, I didn't know that going in. And I just simply positioned it like this, ran it through my die cut machine, and now I have this round sort of tag to put my date on. And then all I have to do is take my color blend, which is so easy to use. It's already been primed with some ink, and I'm just going to come along and make an edge for it. And now this could go in my book, wherever I want, to say, hey, it's Monday the 23rd. And I could put a little brad there, a little ribbon, whatever I want. So basically that's what I'm doing. This is the idea of getting stuff going to put in my book. The other thing I've done is cut. These are some of the die cuts that I've taken, just taken these, put them through the book, cut, trimmed out the book, and then ran it through my die cutting machine, and to give you an idea of some of the sizes. But for example, we have October birthdays. Well, maybe there's no one in October that has a birthday. I can easily just cover the word birthday with either another word or maybe one of these, little Tim Holtz. I could put October, believe in yourself, for example, just to give you an idea. I could just cover that up, or believe, or whatever words. These are just the Tim Holtz chat words, small talk, just an idea for that. Or I could cover it with a stamp or just a piece of paper, however you want to do it. But what's fun is I'm recycling this paper and I'm finding a good way to use it. And then I already have my lines out here for journaling and making journal spots. And I've got just pulled a bunch of different ones from different paper. Here I have, that's from sort of, here's your paper that you have or your planner sheet. I can just cut the die from here. And then I get some of the color already from my planner sheet background. And I can come through. I could even do this as a date. Ooh, that would be fun, right? And then I've got the date there already. And I can put some lines, put a quote, however you want to do it. But so that's just a couple of planner ideas. And you can even just jazz up your regular planner. But for me, again, I'm going to be using these for traveler notebook stuff. And then I'll just have this nice little collection going. So here's some of the other ones that I've made using the color blends, because primarily that's what we want to play with today is the color blends. So I'm going to show you what I've got going on. Here's one that just says, trust the timing of your life. This is just a quote that happened to be at the bottom of the planner page. A lot of these planner pages have fun little strips that you could use as washi tape, or they have words or dates or whatever. But this was just one of the quotes at the bottom of my planner page. So I just cut that out, zhuzhed it up a bit. This was the month that the beginning of the month came from. And all I did was cut out the banner, edged it with some of the color blends. It actually said 2017. So I took a marker and just wrote over it 2018. So now it's good to go. And if I want, for example, this could be the beginning of my month, I can just glue that down there. Now I know what month I'm working in or what book I'm working in. Same with this. I just cut that out of another page. This is using, cutting this out, for example, cutting one of these spots out. So I just cut that out. I edged it. I used a Seth Apter stamp, part of a Seth Apter stamp, stamped it, drew some lines with a pen, added another little bit of a stamp for some interest. All kinds of fun things. More stamping. So you're getting the idea. Just take these pieces of paper and, use your planners. Cut them up and use them. Now I have this lovely little collection. As you can see, I've been having fun. And what's great about it is it really didn't take me that much time once I got going to do this. So let's look at some of the techniques that you can use to make these fun journal spots. Okay, I'm going to run through what I'm playing with, and then I will show you some of the techniques I used to get to where I'm going. So I've been playing with Paper Artsy stamps today. Paper Artsy is a company from England, the UK. Lovely owners. They're just wonderful people, and I love them, and I love their stamps. Their stamps are just great and eclectic and fun, and I'm playing with a couple of different ones. So this is one of the sets I played with. It's by Darcy, and for example, I just love this. I'm going to show you how I did this, but here are the cards I made using those stamps. So for example, here's the little, I don't know what you call them, round spots, and then, or bubbles. I love the bubbles, they're so much fun. Bubbles. Here's this stamp here, and then I just took the word discover. I don't mind that it's a little cattywampus, that's fine, but that was just an idea of a couple of cards I made. And then this is, Seth Apter has 2 new releases with them. Here's one of them, and it's called ESA 09 by Seth Apter. But it's, how fun is this? It's got all kinds of little, just different shapes and circles, and it looks like a keyboard, and I don't know, I'm sure that almost looks like layered ledger paper. So I've just taken that, done some light stamping with this stamp here, and here's the bubbles just to show you. And I purposefully made my ink really light because I have to write on top of this. So this was just a suit, taking the stamp, putting the ink on very lightly, and then just kind of pressing it, not pressing it all the way down, so I don't get the whole image. But you can see this stamp is in fact a bit distressed, like there's edges missing purposefully. But again, because I pressed it pretty lightly, I'm just getting part of the image, but that way I can write over it. Here's his other, he has 2 new ones with Paper Artsy, ESA 10. This is a fun one. So here is the tree that I did, and if you look closely, you can kind of see how I've got different colors in here going on. I got a little bit of brown at the bottom, there's a little bit of sort of a teal color, blue, and then some of that green. And I took the word time flies from another of Seth's stamps. I just put a little bit of those, a quote at the bottom, did some edging around it to make this little journal spot. Here's the time flies, comes from this set, which is an older set of Seth's, because it's 04 as opposed to 010. But time flies just comes from this stamp here. So that's another way. Use your stamps. Figure out a way to use these stamps. A lot of these stamps have really cool words. I can go in and cut these little words out and create my own titles with them. This was, again, this was a quote that was on the planner page that I cut out, and I just distressed it a bit. I put a little tiny piece of washi tape to give me a little bit of interest. I could put a sticker there or a flower or whatever. And then I used this stamp. Again, really lightly, I just put some ink on it and just kind of pressed it like this, like this, like this, just to add some background because I'm going to write on top of that. So I have to be able to see sort of past my writing. But that's another journal spot. Oops. And then this is a really fun one. This is one of their newer, this came out in January by Scrap Cozy, and look at that. So I think we're going to do a couple. I'll do a couple using this set. And again, here's my planner paper. So let's get started.